guys, and welcome back to Between Us Girlies. I'm Casey.
I'm Bran.
I'm Lindsay.
I'm Bailey.
And we are back for another episode of Between Us Girlies. You get all four of us. How lucky. It's so nice having us all in the same state.
It is. I agree.
How is everyone? How was everyone's weekend?
It's good, honestly.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I just woke up about like 15 minutes ago on accident. Took a quick little nap after work. Woke up at 6 o'clock, so a little raspy, but we're good.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What was everyone's high and low? Any weekend regrets?
I definitely have one.
Mm.
I feel like this weekend I didn't realize what was happening to me. Like, this always happens, but for some reason, I went out in a sinister headspace. I was like, I'm hyped to go out. I like had a full day, and then Saturday rolls around, and Brandon texted me my favorite words, and those are, "Do you want to drink at Garage?" And when Brandon says that, I know it's going to be a horrible day for me. All the bartenders know me. I get the same thing every time. I spend like $60 to $70. I don't remember the night. None of it. Then I woke up to praise the Lord who rose from the dead on Sunday for Easter. Better luck next weekend.
Wait, not to bring the mood down. Speaking of praising God, did you see the Pope died?
I did.
Today?
Didn't see that.
Yeah,
Did.
Pope Francis at 88.
It's a long time.
It is. But I just know like that whole, that's not a beat, but I just know that whole, because I feel like the last time they picked the Pope, and maybe I'm probably mixing my days up. I remember like I was like in like 3rd or 4th grade, because that like whole Pope selection is such a long, tedious process.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what it is, but I just know it's crazy. So
I don't know what it is either.
it's like it's like almost every single like bishop or whatever in the world. Like it's like such a long process. I don't know. Look it up. I don't know the actual details, but
Huh. Well, how was everybody else's weekend?
it was good. Say my peak was just being in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I actually got to like just reset and clean my whole house and like just be back. I feel like I haven't like been in my apartment for a weekend in forever. So that was a peak. Being with my girls was a peak.
Yeah.
I say a pit was, I didn't go home for Easter this year. It was like the first time in like a while. So that was also 420. So I guess that was my pit of the
Two
weekend.
holidays competing against each other. Who's going to win?
Literally.
I feel like a lot of people like didn't do Easter this year. I was like kind of shocked. I was like very prepared to like be on my own the whole day because I'm Jewish and don't celebrate. And like low-key, everyone was still here. I was like, okay,
I know.
winner chicken dinner.
What was your peak and pit of the weekend?
My peak, I had a great weekend. We went to the Phillies game on Saturday and I had so much fun. I also had a lot of fun Friday. We just had like a girls' night. We ordered Walkworks. Honestly, Love Island has been the peak. I finally started watching the last season from last summer and I'm obsessed. You're right, Bailey. I should have watched it way sooner.
Yeah.
But better late than never. So that was probably my peak. My pit,
Oh, no.
I don't really know. I just like, I'm really sick of dealing with weirdos. I think that's just like my overall pit. Like, I went to U-Bar on Saturday and everyone was just being fucking weird and like just like annoying and like just people I did not want to see and like lingering for too long. Like people that I'm like acquaintances with that were like blacked out and like, I don't know. It was just not for me. But other than that, I had a great weekend. I mean, I felt like shit. I'm still like tired and I go back on the road tomorrow. So it is what it is. But yeah. On to you, though, for a quick second. You need to erase "Are you mad at me" from your vocabulary when you drink, because that low-key might have been my pit. You reach a threshold where the only sentence you can say is, "Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me?" And I was like, oh, the next time this girl is sober, I have to have a sit-down talk with her because I can't do it anymore.
I started replying yes. Because I'm what is she gonna like? She's like, are you really? I'm like, yeah, Lindsay, I am actually. And then like it's just like, I'm like, what did you want the answer?
At one point in Miami, we were like at the pizza place and you like walked up, or we were somewhere, I forget where we were, and we weren't even talking. And you walked up and you were like, are you mad at me? I was like, Lindsay, I haven't seen you in 20 minutes. Why would I be mad at you?
Wait, are you guys mad at me right now? My bad. Sorry.
No, it was funny.
It's okay.
Yeah, a lot of pits. But yeah, a lot of peaks.
It's good.
How about you, Case?
My peak was really wholesome. So I went home for Easter yesterday. And so my family is kind of going through like a rough patch, like my entire family is. So I wanted to do something really nice. So Saturday after the Phillies game, I ended up leaving you guys so that I could run to Jersey. And I ended up going to Trader Joe's and I bought 20 bouquets of flowers. And I wrote little notes and I took all the flowers to all the women in my family, which is like not something we do in my family. Like we don't really give gifts other than like for Christmas, I guess. And really even then it's like little kids get gifts. So everyone was very like shocked to see me walk in with like flowers, and I just gave them to each family member. And it was just kind of my way of being like, hey, I don't really know the right thing to say to you right now, but like, here's me being like, I'm sending you love and whatever. And it was just really sweet. Like my whole family was very excited about the flowers, and it was really cute to see everyone get excited. So that was my peak. It made me feel really good. I was like, I need to do nicer things like this for people more. Just give people flowers randomly. My pit though is very different from that, because I received a DM this weekend that is just so crazy. It needs a little backstory first, though. So if any of our listeners remember my YouTube era, I used to make YouTube videos. And one time, still should, me and Brandon made a YouTube video where we told the story of one of our craziest nights together back in, I don't even know what year this was.
2018.
Yeah, 2018. Randomly, I'll give you the short version. Randomly, Brandon texted me one night and was like, do you want to go to AC with me this weekend? So we randomly went to AC, like the same day that you asked me. We like went to AC, and I was talking to this guy that we had met literally the night before. And me and Brandon were just in a weird mood, and we were like, let's invite him to AC. So we invite this random man to AC. Unbeknownst to us, he literally books a room the exact second I text him. He's like, oh, perfect, I'll be there. He books a room and he comes out with us in AC, and it was just a crazy night. So we made a YouTube video about this, and I receive a DM this weekend that says, girl, this is so random, but my ex cheated on me with you. Don't worry, I'm 100% sure that you had absolutely no idea, but please know that man had a whole girlfriend at home. The funniest part is that I only found out because you posted a video on YouTube talking about a guy that you went to Atlantic City with, and that was him. This poor girl, she goes, this was years ago, but a video of you just popped back up on my FYP and it brought back all the memories. You're so pretty, literally no hate. I love that she ended it with that, because I'm like, I absolutely had no idea this man had a girlfriend. Oh, wow. But the fact that this man, like Brandon and I met him on a Thursday night at a bar in Manayunk. Wake up Friday morning. Brandon says, let's go to AC. I text him Friday morning. I'm like, very spontaneous, book a room. This man had a whole girlfriend at home and paid money to book a room in Atlantic City, drove from wherever he lived in New York to Atlantic City, and spent the night with two random people he did not know while he had a whole wife at home.
No, that's dog crazy.
Yep.
Is that not fucking insane?
It's disgusting.
Oh my God.
I feel like he also had said, if I remember, that like he was like on and off again with her, but they were off. He's like, yeah, like we broke up again like last week, like we're not together. And I just feel like that's just like a message. If a guy tells you he's like going through something with a girl, but they're like not together right now, don't believe him. Don't believe him.
It is, and unfortunately, that's literally not the first time that has happened to me. And it is just, I think you should just never believe men. Don't believe anything they say ever, because I had a man who I was 90% sure had a girlfriend, and he DM'd me to meet up. This was years ago. And I was like, doesn't this man have a girlfriend? So I looked through his Instagram and didn't find any traces of her. So I was like, oh, they must have broken up. Whatever. He comes to Philly. We meet up. We hang out, blah, blah, blah. The next morning, he is like being really weird with me. And he's like, oh, like we're still cool, right? Like you don't have any feelings for me or anything. And I was like, boy, this was one night, like we're just friends, like what do you like? And it was so weird. Literally like 6 days later, he proposed to his girlfriend. He had hid all of her pictures on their Instagram and blocked me from her Instagram, so I could not find her when I tried looking for her. And like I literally was like, oh, he definitely has a girlfriend, and found no trace of her. So just don't believe men ever, because they're all gonna lie to you.
The lengths that they go through to do these things too is, I have a story. You know, I was going to bring it back to my peak, and I was going to say, oh, I had a great time with my family, blah. I can't do that right now. I had an experience recently where it was a similar situation. I have been very scared of men at this point in my life. I've had some things happen to me over the past month that have been a little bit hard to deal with, and I am sensitive to men in both. One, I'm more cautious of them, but two, I have no patience or tolerance for them. So I came home to my apartment and I found a lovely creature inside of it. And I immediately called an exterminator. I was like, bro, you gotta spray this place. The exterminator comes, looks around, sets some traps. I'm a talker, so I'm excited that he's here. I'm like, your job's so interesting. Like, it must be so gross. What's the gross thing you've dealt with? Blah, blah, blah. We're kicking. He leaves. It's fine. I've never lived with vermin or roaches or anything, so I don't know the frequency in which your exterminator is supposed to revisit. This man comes back 4 days later. I'm like, damn, this is kind of soon for you to return, but hell yeah. So he comes back and he's like, hey, I'm going to reset your traps. I'm like, awesome. I wasn't expecting him. So my bedroom was a mess. And I had some personal items out in my room that I did not put away for the exterminator to not see. Mm-hmm. He comes out of my bedroom and he says to me with a different energy, kind of like a little skeevy. And he goes, what's your name again? And I was like, Lindsay. And he's like, oh, okay. In my brain, I'm like, don't flatter yourself. Like, this guy don't think anything of this. He's just being friendly. He leaves my apartment. 10 minutes later, I get another knock on the door. It's him. I allowed him to come inside of the apartment. So at this point, this man is in my home. Mm-hmm. He says, this is really unprofessional, but like, is there any chance I could get your number? Blah, 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 blah. Now, I've just told you, a lot of people could come to me and be like, you're stupid, you're dumb. Maybe so, but I also know that girls get killed at the gas station for not giving guys their number. So my system is, here's my number, and you can get blocked afterwards. Unless you're like the hottest person ever and I'm interested. But I wasn't.
Would you ever give a fake number?
No, because then they call you and they're like, I know this number's fake. And then it makes me think of that horrible movie on Netflix that we watched with Anna Kendrick where the guy was like, I'm just scared.
No,
like,
that's a very real fear.
It's just, it sucks, but it is what it is. So I give this man my number and he leaves. He texts me a few times, but I was having a really busy day at work, so I didn't block him immediately. Once the text started coming through a little bit more aggressively, I just blocked him. No issues, whatever. I even told my mom about the situation. I go home, told a trusted adult, and continued on with my life. A week goes by. I'm getting my eyelashes done, and my Apple Watch is like zzz, 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 on my arm. And I'm like, who is this? Like, I think someone's dying. I get up from my appointment, and I see that it's from a random number. And it goes, the number says, hi, I can see that a lot of texts have been going out to this number, but I don't see any texts coming in because I blocked this person. So I'm not sending any texts. And they go, I think you've been texting my husband. So I'm thinking it's spam. You know, people, your car's extended warranty. So I'm like, who's your husband? She says my exterminator's name. And I'm like, bro, you have a whole wife at home. So unfortunately, I did block the girl. I was like, I'm not doing the woman to woman thing. Like, your man knows where I live. Like, let's just cut it all ties, whatever. I think it's over. My boss and I are very cool with each other. So I told my boss what happened at work that day. And I'm glad that I did, because the next day I worked from home and I was on the phone with my boss and I get a knock on my door and I'm like, I'm not expecting anybody, but just hold on one moment. So I get up, I go to my door and I look out the peephole. I see that it's him. Oh, and I'm like, you returned. Like, you came back to my home after this. That's crazy work. So I say through the door, a little bit more stern, come back later. And he stands there for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, go back to my boss and I ping her like while we're on the video chat. And I'm like, my exterminator's here. I'm really scared. So my boss is like, do not hang up the phone with me. Like, I'm here to support you. Blah, blah, blah. She's the best. He ends up leaving, but I felt very unsafe. So I called my landlord. Like, I told him the whole situation. It's like the lengths that I had to go through for this. Like, it was just, number one, you scared me. But number two, like, why?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's
that was
crazy
a long
that
story, but
it's just crazy that you didn't even do anything. It's not like you met this man at a bar and he was weird, or you met him on a dating app. Like, he was a man providing a service for you in your home and he made you feel uncomfortable. Like, that's so sad and insane.
And I was friendly again, but it was true Lindsay interest. Yeah. Like, I was like, oh, you deal with roaches all day. Like, why? Like, I was intrigued. So
I mean, it sucks that, like, even just being kind, like, they can just take kindness for something else. Like,
just being friendly.
Yeah.
It's flirty.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's my story, but
yeah, men are just like garbage. I'm really just like all set. You know, I love Jason. So Jason's my little LA boo thang situationship. We're not dating. I'm so sick of everyone being like, who's your new man? I'm like, it's not my boyfriend. Like, he's a friend. He lives in California. But with the exception of him, every other man that I've come into contact with, like, honestly, can fucking, like, eat sand. Like, I'm over this shit. Like, the lack of communication skills that all men have. So, like, honestly, like, and you know what? Maybe I'll decide to cut this later, but like, I'm ready to talk my shit. Like, my ex-boyfriend can fuck off.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, I cannot believe that this man went through the lengths to reach back out to me, read me a letter that he wrote to me last year after we broke up, just to then text Lindsay and lie about the whole entire situation. Yep.
Time for me to go.
So I'm not even going to go any further into that, but here's what I will say to everybody, because it is truthful. Do not break no contact. Do not. They are your ex for a reason.
Jeez.
If they were not supposed to be your ex, they wouldn't be your ex. Leave them alone, because I played with fire and I got burnt. And luckily, I'm healing from that burn again. But I didn't need to reburn myself. I really didn't. I was all set. And I went from a 1st-degree burn to a 3rd-degree burn after contact. So don't contact your ex, because they're still liars and they're your ex for a reason.
I have a question.
Sure.
So we've talked about it on the podcast before, and being your friend for so long, you're very big on closure. You believe in closure a lot.
Yeah.
Did this experience change your perspective on closure at all?
It did, because here's the thing, and my therapist always says this, and it's true. Healthy goodbyes are the hardest. So as annoying as it was when we broke up last April, and it was a very healthy, mature breakup, it made it so hard not to miss him. Like, I was constantly just like, oh, like, did that need to happen? Like, that was such a good breakup. Like, could we make it work in the future? And it toys with you. Him disrespecting the absolute fuck out of me last month made it so easy for me to hit that block button and be like, wow, I actually am like laughing at myself that I was like so sad about it. Like, it is what it is. And like, no shade to him. I still think he's an amazing guy. But like, at the end of the day, that really, like, in a way, I'm happy it happened, because I think that gave me more closure. It is, at least in my opinion, it is so much easier to say goodbye to someone if you're angry at them.
100%.
If you have anger, disdain, like disgust, like just like genuine like disrespect, it is so easy to be like, fuck you. But if it's like, damn, like they are so amazing and it just was like the wrong time, or, you know, just like everything was perfect except for one little thing, like that makes it so much harder and so much more like what if. But like after this, I'm like, nope, no more protecting your feelings, no more worrying about what I'm posting online, no more censoring myself on my own fucking podcast. You know, like, you want to play with fire too, you can get burned as well, bitch. Like, I don't know, I'm just over this shit. And it's like, it is what it is. I'm sorry, Linz, I had to say it. Like,
it's also good to get to a point where like you do get like so disgusted, and like you have to, because I feel like holding on to something, like you are just so, I don't know, enamored with that person. But like getting that ick, it's like, okay, wow, like I am disgusted, I can't like get over this. Like,
yeah,
get over this hump.
And like, I don't know, it's just like, I'm a content creator, and at the end of the day, I was putting my own like content per se like on the back burner to protect someone's feelings who showed time and time again that my feelings are always going to be on the back burner of theirs. So I don't need to sit here and do a whole tribute, like, you don't deserve that. But like, if you don't think I'm going to be able to use my platform after a year of staying silent on a situation to talk about something that you did repeatedly to hurt with me and fuck with me, whether your intention was bad or not, the outcome is still the same. You fucking hurt me. And if I want to come on a podcast with my 3 best friends and tell the lesson that I learned, which is, hey, don't break no contact, I'm going to fucking say it.
Sometimes I wonder about like, this story's funny because I told this story on the podcast before, but I had an ex-boyfriend who I've really valued and loved and cared about, and he treated me like dog shit. Like, it was just, and he was a dog. And the last communication that I had with him was, he posted that picture of a Trump hat, and I DM'd him and I said, so glad that I could have an abortion when it was legal in your state. Yes, that was aggressive, but like, this is the same person who I kicked out of my home for telling me that Muslims were terrorists. So his racism runs deep, and that's not okay with me. And I had to speak my truth, especially about something that was an experience that both of us had to deal with. That was hard. And his response to me was, not my kid, with a like a salute emoji. And it's really rich coming from someone who cheated on me in college with 15, that's 15 girls, to tell me that's not my kid. So the disgust that I had for this person, I was just like, you are, number one, like your nose is bigger than your dick and like your brain is smooth as satin, like not a ridge in sight. You're an idiot. So I just wonder, and he's in a happy, what I would assume to be happy, healthy relationship. And I did block him. So I can only go off of what I've seen in the past. But you have to wonder about like your exes, like who they're dating next. Like what version of your ex are they getting? Like, do you ever think about like who they're next, what version of them they're getting? Did you heal? Did you grow? Is that person accepting that? Is that person agreeing with your bad behavior? Does that person fuel your bad behavior? Like,
I don't think a narcissist ever
know.
changes. That's something I've learned. I don't, if you're dealing with a narcissist, which not to say I was or wasn't, but I don't think those people are capable of change. Like, I'll be honest. I think your ex-boyfriend will treat every girl the way that he treated you.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever going to be any change. I think maybe they can get quote unquote better with a little bit of maturity, but I think your ex-boyfriend is the exact same way. I don't think those men will ever treat anybody different. I think my ex will get more mature, but I don't think he'll ever find happiness with himself, which will unfortunately impact every relationship he has.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just like the patterns.
Notice
Like,
how he didn't do yours, Bailey. Sorry. Lucky you.
He
Continue.
doesn't
I don't know him well enough.
he doesn't
Yeah.
do that.
I feel like it's just patterns. Like I agree with my ex. Like I don't think from the patterns of the girls before me, the girls during me, the girls right after me, like blah, blah, blah. It's all the same pattern. And unfortunately, I think narcissistic men and or men who fall into whatever category we're putting our exes in, they have a very special power where they can convince themselves that they're good people and that they convince themselves that they did the right thing. And this is not to say that they're like the worst people on planet Earth. Like
They are.
they are. I will say I
an
dated,
extent.
yes, I dated my ex when we were fucking young. Like we were
Yeah.
both immature and there was a lot of things. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, he's the worst person on earth. Did he treat me horribly? Absolutely. All three of you know it. But because we're on a public podcast, I won't say he's the worst person on earth. But I see this in a lot of men. Like they have the ability to convince themselves that they're not the problem. And I think if they were able to just take themselves out of a situation for a single second and like reflect, I do think that they could make changes, but I've yet to see a straight man reflect very often.
Because they're not raised to. They're not raised to take accountability for anything. They're grown up with boys will be boys mindset. They're grown up with, you know, men do this, women do that. And they're fucking taught that they can act and do whatever they want to do. And that, I mean, look at our fucking president. I mean, it's a fucking joke.
One of my favorite things ever, I love that my boyfriend is extremely open and like emotionally intelligent and we communicate about everything, which is like my favorite thing about us. But it's really funny when I can teach him moments that he is a straight white male in society and he doesn't even realize that privilege. Like he'll say something and because we're open and we can communicate with each other, I'm like, hey, maybe listen to what you just said and like think back. And it's never he's never really saying anything bad. He just doesn't realize the privilege that he has being a straight white man and dating me for 3 years, being in Philly, like exposing him to new things, like seeing him realize it. I'm like, God, I wish more men could have those moments where they realize, oh, fuck, I do get the privilege of walking around living life the way I live.
Where are all the hot straight liberal men? Can y'all stitch this video?
I see
and
them on TikTok and I'm like, where are y'all at?
Because I saw the one trending sound where it's like, when I think of liberals, like whatever, like I think it's that, what's her fucking dumbass name? Kelly Conway.
Oh, where she says they wake up on
she's
January
like,
6th and
I
get
think,
an
yeah,
abortion.
she's like, I think liberals every single day, they just get up every day and get an abortion. And I saw a lot of hot guys like using that sound. And like, where are you? Like, genuinely, where are you? Start coming out of the woodwork. Start coming out of the closet as straight, hot, and liberal. Like,
I
sorry.
had one, he broke my heart, so I'm out there.
I hate to say it, but like Wes Wilson from Summer House doing that media with uncloseted media saying he's a proud Kamala supporter and his mom's an OBGYN and that he loves drag queens. Like, like I need more of that in the media.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you're not wrong. Straight men listen. Like girls want to see that is attractive to a girl is knowing that her man believes the same things and believes that she has rights.
Yeah.
So use that as your best dating hack, straight men.
1000%.
Great tips. I feel like as women, it's so important to protect each other. And honestly, as men too. Like, I'm not trying to shade you, Brand. Protecting each other. So Brandon and I had a situation where we saw somebody who we knew was in a relationship that was a little bit toxic. And my heart was aching for her. Like, I was like, I'm not calling anybody stupid. This isn't a mistake that you're making where it's like unforgivable. You're an idiot, because I've been here and I'm honestly still growing and learning from my experiences. But it's like, as women, I think we just need to be so conscious about thinking better of ourselves and understanding that we don't have to look like that. Like, you don't have to be the girl who I see who I'm like, damn, I feel so bad for you. Like, I know what like happened to you, or like what your boyfriend did to you, or like what happened between you two, and you're hanging out with him like in public. Like, I want us as women and as men to think better of ourselves. And like, that's so much easier said than done. But like, it just like makes my heart hurt so badly to like see that.
I think like that's something I'm like trying to work on, and it's not just in dating, but it's like in everything with people pleasing in general. It's like, I need to stop trying to prove myself to people. And I think honestly, like, I'll be so candid, part of the reason like when I started contacting my ex for a moment that I was getting like so wrapped up in it is I had this, and it was toxic, this toxic need to almost prove to him that he made the wrong choice. Like, even though our breakup was mostly mutual, like I wanted to kind of prove to him like, hey, you fucked up. Like I needed that validation of he misses me, and like, yep. Like, and it's just like, no, like just no is a full sentence. Be okay with people rejecting you. It's fine. Like, and like, even I was, once again, to bring up therapy, like I was talking about it today in therapy, like how sometimes like I'll get really caught on a hate comment and it will like consume me for like 30 minutes. My therapist was like, don't give attention to people who aren't looking for a resolution. And I thought that was a really cool way to phrase it. It's like, she's like, people who already have their mind made up about you aren't looking for a resolution when they comment mean things on their videos. They're not commenting for you to be like, wait, that's not true. I actually am not that way. They wanted to comment that because no matter what you say, they believe it in their heart. I think it's kind of like a little bit with like cancel culture too. And like why I don't love cancel culture is like, I don't think there is room for resolution in cancel culture. The resolution is that person's canceled. But like, I don't like that as a resolution, because I'm like, there should always be like chances for people to grow, learn, and like take action to do better. But her point is like, you can't argue with people that aren't looking for you to do anything. They just want to hate. They just want to like be against you. And I think that's something I need to like keep in the back of my mind, like when I'm like dealing with trolls online and like honestly just people in general. Like, I don't need to prove myself to people that aren't seeing me the way that I see me. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah. I feel like when it comes to like hate comments, like on social media, like I don't get a ton, but I definitely get them. And I've taken the approach of like, as long as I disagree with what they're saying, then I can sleep well at night and
That's
not,
what she said.
Yeah, like not see it. If they're commenting something that I already was maybe a little bit insecure of or anxious of, and I don't mean looks, I mean like if I said something weird and they commented on the way I said it and I was already kind of thinking like, ooh, I should have worded that differently, then I'll take that as criticism. But if I disagree with them, I'm the only person who I have to live with every day. Right. So I'm going to be okay with what I said. And I feel like, to your point, it's very easy to be like, no, I have to prove to you that what I said is right. And sometimes it's like, if I think I'm right, then I'm going to live in my peace of like, I think I'm right and you can think I'm wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like with that, not to like switch gears into like making content, but, we've talked about this before, but I think with this year, I learned, people pointing out things that maybe you're insecure about and like, that it's true, and take your power back. Like, I had a meltdown about this because my wonky eyebrows and how like my face is not symmetrical because I have a birthmark on my face. And I haven't been bullied about that since like middle school. So I went to Brandon in tears. Like, I blocked so many words. I don't even know if you guys know this. I blocked so many words from our TikTok so that people like couldn't hurt me in the comments. And Brandon was like, Lindsay, just take your power back. Like, make a video about this. And I even cried to my parents about it. And they were like, make a video about it. And I made a video where like I gave my birthmark a name and like I explained what it was. And like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it does hurt to like see those comments that you're insecure about. So instead of allowing that to like sit and hurt me, I just sort of explained myself. Not that anybody deserved an explanation, but I wanted to give myself that peace. And the amount of like outpour that I got from people who were so kind or related to me or like had a similar issue, like was really rewarding at the end of the day. So I think, yeah, like one, ignoring that, but two, like if you quite literally can't, like take your power back and like spin the narrative the way you want to.
Yeah.
You know?
Like do what you want to do. You wanted to make a video and that's what felt right to you. Like just going by your own rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FYP. Are you ready to move into that? Because I have one.
Yeah. I think I've been on my phone so much recently that I'm like, I don't know what's on my FYP. You go on.
Well, mine is a subject we've talked about a lot on this podcast, very positively. But unfortunately, Miss Tate McRae is all over my FYP and her recent collaboration with Morgan Wallen.
Oh, what's going on with that? I really didn't like look into that.
It has really taken my FYP by a storm. I guess she's coming out with a song with Morgan. Is that the real tea?
Yeah, so she's collabing with Morgan allegedly on a song, and like, no, that might not sound like the biggest deal to people who don't know Morgan Wallen, but he has, you know, drunkenly thrown chairs off of balconies, used the N-word, walked off of SNL very recently because it was, quote, too liberal for him. Like it just, his actions do not align with girl boss energy, which is what Tate McRae typically serves.
And what I'm seeing is like Tate's entire team is gay. Her content is like, a lot of her music is like represented heavily in gay culture.
She's for the girls.
She's
for the girls, gays, and
theys. So everyone's just like, why would you align yourself with someone who's very opposite of your quote unquote target demographic? And I saw this take was just like, hey, like she wanted to be a pop star, and as much as everyone loves her, she's not breaking the charts in that area. And her team obviously was like, okay, like go, or she was like, let's go try to team up with the #1 country star. But I don't know. I low-key never really loved her the way y'all did. I was kind of scared to say that. I'm not trying to be like one of those people who's been like, you know me. How many times have I made fun of that girl's voice? I've never been
fine.
like the biggest like Tate fan like that. But yeah, I just think it's really random and like just weird. But I don't know. I'm not like that surprised by it at the same time.
I feel like if she wanted to go in a direction, like, so I've been seeing that Till the World Ends remix by Britney Spears resurfacing. So she put Kesha and Nicki Minaj in it. That remix like does things to me when I hear it. I feel like Tate needed, instead of a Morgan collab, like maybe like bringing in some of the icons that maybe a rap
team
verse.
up with like Doechii or something.
Yeah, like and she does have a song with Flo Milli, which was my favorite on her album. But at the same time, it's like you had all the opportunity to like, and again, this is alleged. She didn't even drop it yet. But she also hasn't said anything. So it's like, I don't know.
It's kind of just like, to me, this falls into the same category with something that I feel very passionately about. Like, just because it's going to pay you doesn't mean you should do it. And like, it's sort of that age old thing. Like, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything. Like, especially being a female in like the like wannabe like influencer space, like, just because a brand wants to send me and pay me to advertise something, if I'm not actually going to use that product, why the fuck would I lie and be like, this is the best thing in the world? Of course you're going to exaggerate and be like, you know, you say certain things, but I would never blatantly not use a product and post about it. And I feel like for Tate, like, why did you do this? You could have gotten a check. Like, me saying no to a brand is me opening up to the universe to get a check from a brand I actually love. So why did you say yes to this random alleged collab with Morgan Wallen when you could have said yes to one with a female rapper, female artist, female anything that made so much more sense and would have paid off so much more for you? Like, you don't have to take the little payment, and payment can be anything. It doesn't actually have to be monetary, but like, you shouldn't take the little payment that gives you nothing versus like waiting and being patient and getting something that's actually like worth it to you.
And the craziest part to me is, and maybe this is like Lindsay's music side talking, but like, I do think Morgan Wallen's a very talented artist. I think he is bops. I think he's a great singer. I think on The Voice he was incredible. I think he has taken country like by storm. Like, props to him strictly from an artist perspective. But like, would the song even be good?
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to hear like her like mixed with like, like I'm like those don't go.
I think it will be a #1 hit. Unfortunately, I mean, look at his song with Post Malone.
Yeah, but Post Malone has an energy that you can vibe with Morgan's.
Yeah.
Like it's very chill, very vibey country.
I feel like Morgan's team needed to collab with someone like Tate, who has a more female audience, and unfortunately, Tate did not need to collab with him.
And his fan base, like the Cheeto Man, rides for him like no other. So I do think that there will be room for success. I mean, she hasn't said anything. Maybe she'll pull it before it happens, but at that point, the damage is like kind of already done.
Yeah.
It would suck if like they don't have anything going on and like this is just like hindering her career in like such a bad way.
I was gonna say, like, at this point, it's been 3 days of the internet just straight dragging her. So there has to be some remnants of truth, because I think they would have instantly have posted and been like, "This is BS." But there's like catalog records or some shit. Because I was watching this video today where like there was a rumor that he was doing something with Noah Khan, and that's completely gone. Like no trace of it anywhere. Like. And the stuff with him and Tate is like still up on like whatever record company it is or whatever. I'll send you guys the video. But yeah, it was.
I don't think I've ever heard a Morgan Wallen song in my life.
Wait, I have another kind of cancellation thing that I saw. And again, this may be just a Lindsay thing, but y'all know how I feel about JoJo Siwa.
She's getting canceled.
No. Oh, she's doing the canceling. This is crazy how the tables have turned. So I was on Dance Moms Talk, and Miss Kendall, people hate you when you're a Trump supporter because you stand for violence and racism, and that's not okay. Oh, we can't all just agree? No. So people don't like Kendall from Dance Moms. She has a horrible reputation on the internet if you're on that side of the internet. There was an interview that came out with Miss JoJo, and she talks about an experience how Abby Lee never really harmed her, but it was the girls who made the most impact on her. And she said how Kendall one time, JoJo didn't have a lot of money, and her mom gives her a $100 bill to go buy ice cream for the girls when they were in a hotel room together. It was like her first paycheck from Dance Moms. She was really excited to do it. JoJo's mother said, "JoJo, you will not leave the hotel room," but they had to leave to go get the ice cream. So Kendall's like, "You have to go with me downstairs to get it." And JoJo's like, "My mom said I can't go. You go get the ice cream." Kendall goes and gets the ice cream with JoJo's money, comes back and brings 6 ice cream cups instead of 7. So she was like, "Kendall bullied me." They were children, by the way. "Kendall bullied me and I hated it." I was like, this isn't going to do anything. Like, they were kids. Go to Kendall's TikTok. Why didn't you buy JoJo an ice cream? Jesus. You got to pay JoJo for that ice cream? Kendall, the ice cream truck's coming. Like, they're just like chewing her out for this ice cream. And honestly, it was a sick kick that I did laugh at. So.
Damn. That's
and
crazy.
it all goes back to Trump. Like, people hate JoJo too, but like, they're like, "You shouldn't have voted for Trump." Like, we knew it was a nasty. We knew you were a nasty girl.
I think that's where like
You draw the line.
No. Actually, no, because
is
she's
ridiculous.
a Trump supporter, so like I don't really give a fuck. And I think that's where I was like gonna say, like, not to beat a political thing to a dead horse, but it's like the administration, like, that man has done everything he said he's going to do, and like the horrors that keep unfolding every single week, it's just like making it so. It was always hard to be in contact at all with people who are Trump supporters, but like recently, like my friends, I don't even want to use that term, like people that are in my life that I know voted that way, like it is becoming so hard for me to not like just grab them by the throat and be like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" And that's why I really don't have any patience anymore. I really didn't to begin with, but like now that we're in it and so many bad things are happening, like just him, I'm still not over him fucking posting the Trump towers in Gaza. Like, like
the AI.
And then like reading the comments about it with people commenting and being like, "Oh, this is like not what we wanted. Like, wait, we didn't stand by this." It's like, yes, you did. I'm sorry. I think it's a mockery that Dave Portnoy's having a heart attack every week. Trump's raising his tariffs. Like, yeah, Dave, like you're a fucking douche lord, and we all fucking told you that. Like,
it makes you get any like more sick to your stomach. There's this Twitter account, X account called "When Is Trump Gone?" So lets you know like updates. We are only 6.21% into his presidency.
great.
God, I wish you didn't say that.
6% into his presidency.
That man.
We have 3 years left.
It's crazy how great. I feel great. I made a TikTok saying that you're stupid if you voted for Trump. I actually used the word idiot because you are an absolute idiot. A woman for Trump is what I said. I'll never argue with a woman for Trump because I think you're a moron. You voted for someone who's a convicted rapist. Like, sorry, girl. This woman comments on my TikTok. Mind you, she's a middle-aged woman.
Yeah,
so
let's talk about her.
I'm really not giving her the attention on the internet that she wants. I'll talk about it on this podcast, though. She writes back to me. Mind you, her profile name is an Israel flag. So I'm like, oh, you're a Jew for Trump. So you're not only a stupid woman, but now you're bringing your religion into this and you're stupid in that area as well. So she writes back to me saying, you shouldn't be calling people idiots of the people who helped you build your platform. Oh, wow. I'm a black woman. Trump supporters didn't help me build my Brandon Edelman helped me build my platform. You did nothing. He's a gay man, a Jewish man, but you didn't do anything for me. So I reply back, or so she replies to Brandon's comment with that. And I replied to her and I said, oh, Brandon, take off that Jewish star necklace. You didn't vote for the man whose best friend did a Nazi salute on national television.
She said, she said you should take off that necklace.
Yeah, she goes, you should take off that necklace. I said, God forbid. Then she writes back to me and goes, didn't know when you became a political pundit. First off, girl, the second I came out of the womb, looked at my skin color and what I had downstairs, I said, oh, black woman, I have to care.
You're in the 92%.
Girl, touch grass. When did I become that? When I got my pulse. It was absurd. And she was replying to all the comments. My followers are not going to argue with a woman for Trump because you voted for a rapist. And if you think that Trump is going to do anything to help Israel, just know you're an idiot. Then she came back to me and she goes, what do you know about Judaism? Babes, I have a Jewish studies minor on paper, a degree from the Pennsylvania State University. I know a lot about Jewish people and I know a lot about Jewish religion.
Telling me to take my Jewish star necklace off because I didn't vote for Trump has got to be the most diabolical thing I've ever
It's
fucking
nuts.
heard.
Like, imagine that sentence making any sense.
Let's just like take a field trip to Delulu Land where this woman lives, obviously, because like she's so fucking stupid. My brain hurts. Let's just say that I am like a freak for Israel. I'm not, really not. Sorry about it. Sorry, Jews. I'm not. I need to put on the life vest of myself first. If my country's going to shit, which it is, what do you think? Like, I don't live in Israel. Sorry about it. I'm an American Jew. So I'm going to vote for the president that makes most sense for America. And that was Kamala fucking Harris, not Donald fucking Trump. So shut the fuck up. If you genuinely think Donald Trump gives a fuck about the Jewish people, then you literally need to put down the Torah and go read a fucking history book. The man had Elon Musk go up and do a Nazi salute. Do you think that man gives any single fuck? Israel is run by someone that isn't that far off from Donald Trump. They're helping each other from a business standpoint, a military standpoint. Do you think Donald Trump is laying in bed at night? Oh, I care so much about the Jewish people. He's the second coming of fucking Hitler. Like, are you that stupid?
Brains silkier than satin. I can't stress that enough.
To me, I don't even give any energy to like Trump supporters because you just don't even know where to start. Like, you can't even give them anything because you're not even on the same first page. They haven't even opened the same book as you. But like that one clip that always like resurfaces and goes viral from like 1990 of Trump being like, if I ever wanted to run for president, I'd run as a Republican because they're the dumbest people and they're the easiest to fool. How do they not see that and think, hold on a second, I'm the butt of this joke? Like, I literally, like, how do they not watch that? Forget everything else that makes that man a horrible person. How do you not watch that TikTok and go, oh, wait, I fell exactly into his trap that he set in 1990, whatever.
He's a genius.
And if
literally
he's a genius. He said, I'm going to take these imbeciles and I'm going to tell them what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to be around the bush. I'm going to full blown tell them. I'm going to tell these broke idiots. I'm going to take all their government funding away. I'm going to hinder their kids' education. I'm going to make sure that if you're in the military, you're not getting any resources. I'm going to remove programs that help you do things bare minimum like fly. I'm crashing planes. He literally told you. And you said, hell yeah. Let's do this. Let's make America great again.
On top
Yeah.
of all of that,
What?
I can't get my fucking coconut water in the goddamn stores. Like, there's just every day gets worse in this fucking country.
Literally.
No.
Like, damn, I'm broke. Can't get my like coconut water for electrolytes. Like, I probably can't even go to the OBGYN next week. Like, no, can't even cross the street. Get parking tickets every day.
That is
Also,
nothing to
you
do
know
with
what?
Trump.
It's so funny too. So I saw this trans man made a TikTok today that was like, "Fine, y'all, you win. It's gonna say female on my passport." And everyone was commenting. I was like, "Damn, like that's so horrible. Like you're now like when you go to foreign countries, like they're gonna be so confused." Let's pretend like that's not horrible in itself. I can't wait to see these straight white folk get stuck in customs lines because there's a whole fucking ordeal because their president made people put a gender on their passport that isn't their gender. Like have fun with all of that. You guys want to freak out? Like, don't even fucking leave America since you want to jerk off to it anyway with your fucking American flag dildo. But like, I mean, I'm just fucking over it. I have no fucking patience for it. I don't give a fuck. Some girl told me that I was vulgar, who was talking shit on us. You know, that bitch Izzy, who we were rude to at Palm Tree Club. She made a TikTok. Sorry, I'm on one. She made a TikTok and was like, his take was so vulgar because I said she expected us to lick her pussy at fucking Palm Tree Club. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a vulgar person. If you're going to act like you needed to get fingered at my table, I'm going to talk like you needed to get fingered at your table. Like, I'm over this shit. If you want me to be a bitch, I'll be a fucking bitch. I have no problem being nice. I think I'm a pretty nice person every single fucking day, but I can be a cunt. Yeah. And if you want me to, I will love to do it. You've all seen it. It's not fun to be on the receiving end of it. So like, don't be stupid. Don't be a Republican. Don't come at me with some Trump bullshit. Don't come at me with some lies. Don't come at me with some clout chasing video that you posted for views. Like, I'm over it. Like, it's gonna, if you want to come at me with that, be expected to be met with exactly that. Like, just fuck off.
Being surprised that you're vulgar is actually hilarious because like you don't even have to be your friend, like your content. And that's not like a negative thing. Like
true.
You post all the time about like funny shit and you're vulgar and you say things very like transparently and honestly, and like you don't filter what you say. That's part of your content. So for someone to meet you and then be surprised, you've posted a story of a man and been like raw till the room stinks. How? And you posted that on like multiple public platforms.
Wait,
Yeah.
tell me why I was on TikTok.
No.
There was like this hot guy. As soon as I go to the comments, number one, raw until the room stinks. Like no likes. I'm like, what
Was
the
it
fuck?
a video of two guys?
It
Because
might have
I
been.
saw a video of two guys. And I'm looking at the comments because they came up on my For You page. And I just like was looking at the comments. And Brandon, no likes, just raw till the room stinks.
Oh, no, and I was like, let me just like this. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, bro? Go to bed.
I feel like people don't know you because when we were, I don't know, 6, I'm a church girl.
No,
I was not.
we're not doing
There
this.
was nothing that I knew. Brandon one time said to me, we were going to strip our dolls down, and we were playing strippers with the dolls as a 6-year-old. I'm like, I don't even know what a stripper is. Then we would take the dolls and we would throw them from my bedroom, my second-story bedroom window onto the ground, and the boobs on the dolls got like kind of like the chipped.
Yep.
Chafed nipples at 6? Why did he teach me
I
that?
developed early.
I don't
okay?
know. He watched a lot of
That was it.
HBO after hours.
I did. Well, I did not have a lot of parental controls, and you know what? I think I grew up okay for
You
the
did.
most part.
You did.
Honestly, same here.
Yeah.
It's a little rocky, but
Another thing from therapy today. I believe in a harm reduction lifestyle. How can we reduce harm rather than a Puritan abstinence lifestyle of like taking everything away? So that's just how I've been raised, you know.
And we don't want you to.
I know not to vote for a rapist,
Period.
which other people fucking don't. So I feel like on a lighter
we'll
note,
put a trigger warning for this episode. Too. Throwing that word around like it's nothing.
seriously, on a lighter
I'm
note,
sorry.
I feel like
started that.
we should end lightly.
Yeah.
Lindsay, would you do an imitation of Leah from Love Island?
This is Leah if she was on Between Us Girlies. Oh my God, Janae. No, like I'm really excited to be here. Rob, if he was on the couch, like, no, I would literally just like, oh my God. Yeah.
You saying we don't have a podcast is crazy.
No,
like,
it's
spare me,
insane.
Rob.
It's
spare me.
insane. Technically, we are Leah.
We with Leah Kadab as a
Yes.
guest star. Is that how you say her last name?
Yeah, good job.
We love her.
Whatever.
Like We love her bad.
Yeah,
I love
unsolicited
you.
rec is to watch Love Island.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have to give an unsolicited rec to Sugar and Bronze because they just like eat a spray tan up
They
every
best.
single
Go there.
time.
And their at-home spray
Mm-hmm.
is so fucking good. They sent me and Brandon home with it the last time we went, and I'm very loyal to Isle of Paradise. But I was like, you know what? Let me try it. That shit
good.
will tan you in
Wow.
seconds. I fucking love it.
Yep.
I'm going there this week.
And last unsolicited rec, be a Democrat.
Yeah. Be a good person.
Yeah, just
Don't
be a
a
good
Trump
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Care about other people. Try to
Yeah.
put good into the world.
And don't take a nap before a podcast.
Yeah. Period. Bye, guys.
Bye.